Hi everyone! How are you? I hope everyone is fine. Today we are here to continue with our lesson. Let's watch the video.
Today we will learn about day and night. During the day, you can see sun, cloud, raindrops, rainbow, birds. You can go to school or ride a bicycle in the evening. During the night, you can see moon, star, bat, owl, firework, fireflies, or camping.
When should this activity be completed? Morning, afternoon, evening, and night. When do you do your homework? Do you do this in the morning or evening? You complete your homework in the evening after the school finish. When do you eat breakfast? Night or morning? Yes, you are right. Breakfast is the first meal of the day and you have it in the morning. When do you wake up? Night or morning? Well done, you wake up in the morning. When do you go to the playground? Afternoon or evening? Yes, normally you go to playground in the evening. When do you go to sleep? Evening or night? Yes, you go to sleep at night. When do you go to school? Morning or night? Yes, school starts in the morning. Please take out this book.
Now children, turn to page 35. Here we are going to learn about time. I hope you have watched the video on time earlier. Now, here today you have to write the correct answers in the boxes. The first word is morning. Next, afternoon. Then comes evening and then comes night. Now, what do you normally do in the morning? People normally wake up early in the morning to go to school, to go to work, and look into many more other things. In the afternoon, school children who go to school in the morning will return home. Most people stay home in the afternoon to rest unless they have to go to school or have to go to work. Evening. Evening is one of the most active part of the day. This is when children, they go out of their homes to play. People go jogging. Some people, they even meet up with friends to take a break. And night. Night is the time for everyone to relax because mostly everyone would have had a hard day. So at night, we normally have our bath, watch television, have our dinner, and then we go to bed. Look at this first picture. The clock shows 6 o'clock. And can you see the sun? And he's stretching his body. So what time of the day is this?
Morning.
Morning. Now we all wake up in the morning to go to school, unless we are in the afternoon session. Look at these children. The sun is very bright up here, and they are going towards the gate of the school and waiting for their bus. So what time of the day is this?
Afternoon.
Afternoon. They are very happy that they are going home now. The next picture here. What are the children doing?
Playing.
Playing. So children, do they normally play in the evening or in the night?
Evening.
Evening. They are also happy. Evening. And then it's time to rest. So what time of the day is it?
Night.
Yes, night. We all go to sleep at night. So children, this is morning, afternoon, evening and night. Now we have completed page 35. Now turn to page 36. Match to the correct answer. You have to see the times of the day and also the pictures. Now look at the first picture. If sun is there, the girl is having some slices of bread. So what is she having? What do you think she's having? Is it her lunch, her breakfast or her dinner?
Breakfast.
Breakfast. So when do you have your breakfast? Is it in the afternoon or in the morning?
Morning.
Is this word morning?
Yes.
Yes. So let's take a ruler and let's match to the correct word. The next picture. Do you remember this picture? The children are going home and they are going to wait for their bus. So what time of the day is this?
Afternoon.
Afternoon. So is this afternoon?
Yes.
Yes. So let's match. Look at the next picture. It's so dark and the stars and the moon is out. So what time of the day is this? Can you tell me?
Night.
Night. Is this night?
No.
Is this night?
Yes.
Yes. It's time for everyone to rest. And then look at the last picture. The children are playing. They are so happy and they are so active. So what time of the day is it?
Evening.
Evening, yes. Normally children play in the evening. Now we have completed page 36. Good job, children.
Types of clocks. There are many types of clocks and watches. The most common types of display on clocks are analog and digital.
Now children, in an analog clock, you will see two needles. One is the short needle, which is called the short hand. And this short hand shows the hour on a clock. We have the other needle, which is long, and we call it as the long hand. And the long hand shows us the minutes in a clock. Now let's go to page 37. Here you have to color the analog clock creatively. Now children, I am sure you have watched the video on this topic too. Now, what do you call this big thing here? It's a clock. Now, what are these two lines called? Now, children, if you remember, this is called the long hand. Now, the long hand shows minutes. And this is the short hand. The short hand shows the hours. Now let's see. Now can you see that the long hand here is pointing to 12. And the short hand here is pointing to 9. So what time is it? So since this is the hour hand and this is the minutes hand, so it is 9 o'clock. Now children, let's color the clock. Now children, we have completed coloring the clock. Good job. Now children, turn to page 38. Now here you have to color the digital clock. I'm sure you have watched this video too. Now this is a digital clock. So you do not have to look at the long or the short hand to identify the time. You just have to look at the numbers on the clock. Now this is 09 and 30. So what time is this?
9:30.
9:30. 9:30 or half past 9. Okay. Now, what word is this? Good morning. So, it is 9:30 in the morning. Let's color the clock. Okay, now children, we have completed coloring this page. Good job. Now children, turn to page 39. Here you have to trace all numbers and parts of the clock. This is the clock. Now, can you see the word here, number? Now these are all the numbers on the clock. Then we have the face. This part is called the face of the clock. Then we have the short hand or the hour hand. Remember I mentioned earlier, this is the short hand or the hour hand. Then we have the long hand or the minute hand. This is the long hand. This shows the minutes on a clock. Let's trace the clock. Now that we have completed tracing the dotted lines, now let's look at the clock. Now children, can you see all this? Remember, all these are called numbers. We have numbers here: 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12 numbers on the clock. Now what do you call this part of the clock?
Face.
The face. What about this hand? Is it the long hand or the short hand?
Long hand.
So the long hand shows
Minutes.
minutes. What about this? Is it long or short?
Short hand.
Short hand. What does the short hand show?
Hours.
Hours. Children, these are also called the needles of a clock. Can you see all the numbers here? Alright. Now, from number 12 to number 1, we have 5 minutes. So this is also counting in fives. From number 1, we come to number 2. There are also 5 minutes. So, starting from 12, here at 1, it is 5 minutes. When you reach number 2, it is 10 minutes. When you come to number 3, it's 15 minutes. When you reach number 4, it's 20 minutes. Then number 5, it is 25 minutes. At number 6 is 30 minutes. Number 7, 35 minutes. Number 8 is 40 minutes. Number 9, 45 minutes. Number 10, 50 minutes. Number 11, 55 minutes. And from number 11 to number 12, it is 60 minutes. So, 1 hour has 60 minutes. You will learn this in the next video.
Hello children, now we will learn about time. Well, how do you know the time? Let's learn how to read the clock.
The shorthand will show you the hour. If it moves to number 1, this is 1 o'clock. The shorthand will move around the clock. And let's say if it stops at number 5, this is 5 o'clock. Now why don't you give it a try? If the shorthand moves to number 8, what do you think is the time now?
8 o'clock.
Very good. It is 8 o'clock. And if it moves to number 11, what is the time now?
11 o'clock.
Very well. And if it goes straight up to number 12, what is the time now?
It's 12 o'clock.
It is 12 o'clock. Very well, children. Now, let's understand the longhand. The longhand will show you the minutes. From number 12 to number 1, there is 5 minutes. So if the longhand is showing at number 1, the time now is 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 12, 5 minutes. If the longhand keeps moving and it is showing number 2, what is the minutes? Let's count. We have to do counting in 5s. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 minutes. So the time now is 12, 10 minutes. The longhand will keep moving to number 3. What is the minute now? Let's do counting in 5. 10, 11, 12,
13, 14,
15. So 15 minutes. The time now is 12, 15 minutes. It moves to number 4. 15, you do counting in 5s. 15 plus 5. Can you please count? 15,
16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
So, at number 4, it is 20 minutes. Let's count. Add on another 5. 20,
21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
we move to number 5 here. It is already 25 minutes. And we add on another 5. From 25,
26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
30. So the long arm will move here. It is already 30 minutes. So the short arm is showing
12.
how many minutes?
30 minutes.
So the clock is showing 12:30 minutes. If the shorthand moves to number 3 and the long hand is at number 6, the time now is 3:30. 3:30. Okay, children, why don't you give it a try? The short hand is now moving around the clock and it is stopping at number 8. What is the time now?
8:30.
Yes, 8:30. 8:30. Very good. If it is at number 10, what is the time now?
10:30 minutes.
Very good. 10:30. Very well, children. I hope you understand about time. Now, children, turn to page 40. Now, here, write the time in words. Now, do you remember from here to here how many minutes is it?
5.
5. So, at number 1, we have 5. What about number 2?
10,
10. Number 3?
15,
15. So we are counting in fives. What about number 4?
20,
20. Number 5?
25,
25. What about 6?
30,
30. 7?
35,
35. 8?
40,
40. 9?
45,
45. 10?
50,
50. And 11?
55,
55. So when you reach here, it is 60 minutes.
or come to 0 again and it's continue to the hours and minutes.
Now let's write down the time in words. Now look at the long hand. It shows, it points at number 12. And the short hand, which is the hour hand, is pointing at 7. So what time is it?
7 o'clock,
7 o'clock. The next clock here. The long hand is pointing to number 12. And the short hand, the hour hand, is pointing to 1. So what time is it?
1 o'clock,
1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. Now the same thing for the next clock. The long hand is pointing to 12. And the short hand, the hour hand, is pointing to 5. So what time is it?
5 o'clock,
5 o'clock. The next clock. Again, the long hand is pointing to number 12. And the short hand, the hour hand, is pointing to number 3. So what time is it?
3 o'clock,
3 o'clock. And the last clock here is the same thing. The long hand is pointing to number 12. And the short hand, the hour hand, is pointing to number 10. So what time is it?
10 o'clock,
Yes, it's 10 o'clock. So the first clock is 7 o'clock. The next clock is 1 o'clock. This clock is 5 o'clock. This clock is 3 o'clock. And the last clock here is 10 o'clock. Good job, children. Now turn to page 41. Now here, draw the hands on the clock. Now look at the first clock. It's 5 o'clock. Now here, look at this clock here. Now the two hands are here. Now we are going to put the long hand at 12, which is 0 minutes. And we are going to turn the short hand, the hour hand, to 5. So what time is it?
5 o'clock,
5 o'clock. So now we have to draw the long hand here and the short hand towards 5. Now look at the next question. What time is it?
2 o'clock,
2 o'clock. Now this is at number 12. The long hand is at number 12. So we have to turn our hand to number 2. So what time is it?
2 o'clock,
2 o'clock. So now again, we have to draw the long hand here towards 12 and the shorter hand towards 2. So it is 2 o'clock. The next picture, what time is this?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. The long hand has to be at number 12. So we'll turn the short hand to 7. So what time is it?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. So again, the long hand towards 12 and the short hand towards 7. The next time, what time is this?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. So again, the long hand is at number 12. So let's turn our hand and point to number 1. So what time is it?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. Again, the long hand towards 12 and the short hand towards 1. Now, what about this time? What time is this?
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock. So this is the long hand is at 12. So we have to turn the short hand to 12 too. So now what time is it?
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock. So the long hand and the short hand has to face towards number 12. What about the next time? What time is this?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. So now again, the long hand has to be at 12 and the short hand we turn till number 10. So what time is it?
10 o'clock.
Good. So now again, the long hand towards 12 and the short hand towards number 10. What time is this?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. So again, the long hand is at 12 and we'll turn this short hand to number 4. So what time is it?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. Again, the long hand is at 12 and the short hand is at 4. So it is 4 o'clock. What time is this clock?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Again, the long hand is at 12 and we'll turn the short hand towards number 3. So what time is it?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. So again, the long hand is towards number 12 and the short hand is towards number 3. And the last time in here, what time is it?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. And we lift that long hand at number 12 and we turn the short hand to number 9. So what time is this?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. So again, the long hand is towards number 12 and the short hand is towards number 9. So children, this is 5 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Good job, children. Now children, turn to page 42. Now here, fill in the blanks with the correct time. Now here, my daily schedule. Now, a daily schedule means what you do every day. So in one day, these are the activities that you do. Now look at the first thing that you do in the morning. Wake up, shower and have breakfast. So what time is it? Look at the clock here. What time does it show? Is it 8 o'clock, 4 o'clock or 6 o'clock?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. So now tell me, this 6 o'clock, is it in the evening or is it in the morning?
In the morning.
Morning. Now look at the next time here, 7 o'clock. At school. That means you are at school by 7. Now after 7, when you come back home, you have lunch at home. And what time does the clock show? Is it 8 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, or 1 o'clock?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. So lunch, is it in the morning, is it in the afternoon, or is it at night?
In the afternoon.
In the afternoon. Now after the lunch, at 2 o'clock, do homework. That means you do your homework at 2 o'clock. Now the children are all playing here. So it is playtime. So what time do you play? Is it in the night or in the evening?
Evening.
So is it 4 o'clock or is it 6 o'clock?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. Alright, then at 6 o'clock, watching television. So after you have played, you watch television, which is at 6 o'clock. Then it's time for dinner. Now, dinner, is it in the evening or is it at night?
Night.
Night. So what time do you think it's dinner? Is it 8 o'clock or is it 7 o'clock?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. So at 7 o'clock, you have your dinner. And then you go for violin class. So, what time do you think this is? Is it 8 o'clock?
Yes.
Yes, it is 8 o'clock. And finally, at 9 o'clock, you go to bed. You sleep. Now, this is your daily schedule, which means what you do every day from morning till night. Good job, children. Now, children, turn to page 43. Now, here, write the correct time in words, not in numbers. Now, look at the clocks here. Now, let's go to the first clock. Now, remember, children, how many minutes is this?
0.
0. When you reach number 1, how many minutes is it?
5.
5. Remember counting in 5s? So after 5,
10.
10. After 10,
15.
15. Then we come to number 4,
20.
20. After number 4,
25.
25. After number 5,
30.
30. At number 6, it is 30. Then at number 7,
35.
35. What about at number 8?
40.
40. Then at 9,
45.
45. At 10,
50.
50. And at 11,
55.
55. So this is the minutes in a clock. Now, let's look at the time here. 4:30. 4:30. So 4:30, is it 9:30 or is it 4:30?
4:30.
4:30. The next clock, 9:30. 9:30. So is it 9:30 or is it 7:30?
9:30.
9:30. The next time, what time is this?
12:30.
Yes, 12:30. Now, 12:30, is it 12:30 or is it 10:30?
12:30.
12:30. The next clock, what time is it?
1:30.
1:30. So it is, what time is it? 1:30?
1:30.
Yes, 1:30. past 1. The next clock, what time is this?
7:30.
So it is half past
7:30.
half past 7. Half past 7. And the last clock here, it shows 10:30. 10:30. So it is half past
10.
10. Half past 10. Good job, children. Now turn to page 44. Here, draw the hour and minute hands. Now children, remember this is the hour hand and this is the minute hands. So let's see what time is it here. What's the time here?
4:30.
4:30. So where do I put the long hand? Do I put it at 5?
No?
6?
Yes.
And what about this? Where do I put this?
4.
4. So what time is it?
4:30.
4:30. So now we have to draw the long hand here and the short hand here, somewhere in the center between 4 and 5. So it is 4:30 or half past 4. The next clock here. Now this is half past 7 or 7:30. So now where do I put the short hand? Is it at 7 or is it at 6? Where do I put the short hand? 7. And this long hand, is it at the correct place?
Yes.
Yes, it is at 6. So what time is it?
7:30.
7:30 or half past 7. So let's draw the long hand here and the short hand in between 7 and 8. Now the next clock here, half past 2 or 2:30. Now 30, we have to leave the long hand at 6. So now let's turn the our hand. So where do I go? It's half past 2.
2.
2. So it's 2:30 or half past 2. So let's draw the long hand again towards 6 and the short hand just between 2 and 3. The next clock, 3:30 or half past 3. Again, we'll leave the long hand at number 6. Now let's turn the our hand or the short hand. So do I put it here?
Yes.
Yes, so it's 3:30 or half past 3. So again, the long hand towards number 6. And the short hand between 3 and 4. Now look at the next clock. What time is this?
10:30.
10:30 or half past 10. So now this is already 30 here. Now let's turn the short hand. So we go here. Is it correct?
Yes.
Yes, so it's 10:30 or half past 10. So again, the long hand at number 6 and the short hand between 10 and 11. The next clock, half past 12 or 12:30. So this 30 is here and the short hand we turn to number
12.
12. So the long hand is at number 6 and the short hand is between 12 and 1. Now good job, children.
Okay, children, that's all for today. Till we meet again, take care of yourself and stay safe. Bye.